And like Tesla told former President Obasanjo, he said, Stephen Sako, he said, Tesla called your name. That former President Obasanjo was one of those people that they paid this money to. So I don't know why the EFCC is refusing to give us the names of these people. We can keep guessing, but I don't see anything that the Attorney General is going to do, because in the past 2 years when he has been in office, the only things we can remember about him is that he wrote a letter that set Chief James Ibori free from the Metropolitan Police. Another thing we can also remember was that he said that the EFCC can no longer go straight to court to prosecute anybody. They must write to his office so that he can now put all the cases in his freezer and freeze them. The only thing we remember now is that we hear about celebrated arrests. The people are taken to court, and a few days later, they are in their homes. Nothing happened any longer. And I don't see how this same Attorney General is going to be interested in going to collect papers that would help in prosecuting people that have been fingered in this corruption case by Tesla, people like the former President Obasanjo, and several other ones that their names may not have been revealed to us, as the EFCC is doing. So I think that rather than wait for an Attorney General, yes, if there are bilateral agreements, I also know that the Nigerian people will need to put more pressure on the EFCC. This whole ball must be in the court of the Nigerian people. We must rise up from our cocoons. We must rise up and insist that this mendacity, this perfidy of the political class must be brought to a halt. If not, there is no way we are going to get out of this. 1.3 trillion. I stand to be corrected. Over 71% of our budget is being spent on paying the salaries of these public officials who will still steal the remaining 30% that is left for development. 70% of the national budget is spent on paying your allowances. They have over 14 allowances. They have stress allowance, they have entertainment allowance, they have car allowance, house maintenance, and all kinds of frivolous allowances they pay to themselves. They just go and collect oil from the Niger Delta, they bring it and use 3/4 of it to pay their allowances legitimately. And the remaining 30% that is meant for development, they will still steal it. And we have an EFCC that is telling us that the issue is complex when some people have confessed and have been sent to court. I think that Mr. Babafemi should realize that the Nigerian people expect more from the EFCC at this time. We need you to be more pragmatic. We need you to get some people into jail. There are some people that if they don't go to jail, if they are not put behind bars, this country will not move forward. We should stop protecting them. We should stop hiding them. Expose them and let us laugh at them. Let us jeer them. And maybe perhaps by so doing, this anathema, this monster, this cancerous monster that has taken over Nigeria will be checked. There are some of us, there are so many talented people in this country, and corruption is what is killing us. Look at what is happening to PSCN. One of the most corrupt agencies in Nigeria. EFCC is not doing anything about it. They are not doing anything about it. Are they saying that NEPA is not corrupt? Look at what is happening in the police. Look at what is happening in NITEL. We are not hearing anything. But I think that the EFCC should be more pragmatic. They should help us to see that some of these so-called big fishes are taken behind bars so that Nigeria can move forward.
All right. I don't have anything to add to that. Just answer him direct.
I think the first issue he raised has to do with the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo.
Yes, he said all of us watched that interview. Yes. He said he is the most investigated leader in Nigeria, alive or dead, and that he's been given a clean bill of health. He specifically mentioned the FCC. So, at what point did you investigate him? I'm aware that at the point, EFCC denied ever receiving any petition from former President Obasanjo. And CACOR, that's the Coalition Against Corrupt Leaders, that made a public funfair of submitting a petition against Obasanjo in Lagos, resubmitted that same petition. Now, have you investigated former President Obasanjo, or have you given him a clean bill of health?
Well, I don't know what you... Well, the former president, with due respect, made that claim. EFCC never made that claim. Okay. So I think there are different issues.
Okay. Have you investigated him? Are you going to investigate him?
I know...
You have reasons to investigate him?
I know that when there was an uproar on this issue, the CACO, like you mentioned, did say that they had documents, they had petitions against him and the stuff like that. And we asked for those documents and the petition. They were resubmitted. And I know that that matter has been assigned to a team working on it. That's what I can tell you on that case.
Since when?
This was, I think, early this year or so. Either early this year or late last year.
So any progress reports?
Well, it's not what we can come on here to be discussing either, Gbenga, because...
That's the difference, the way we fight corruption and the way others fight.
Yes, because if we say we have to do things legitimately, it's not for us. For instance, if you investigate somebody, you have a case against him, the ideal thing should be to take that person to court. Not that we'll come on air to start saying A is a thief, B is a thief. No, it's not ideal. It's like somebody make an allegation against you, and all I can do is to come on here to say, because somebody made an allegation against Benga Ruleba, so Benga is a thief. No, that will not be the ideal thing. The ideal thing will be to work on that allegation, investigate it, and if there is a case established, then you take the person to court. So that's the ideal thing.
All right, really, this Halliburton thing, it really, if you begin to piece the pieces together, if you act a film of this, it will be a blockbuster. Intercontinental web of crime over a period of years.
10 years.
Over a period of 10 years, 1994 to 2004. Even companies were incorporated for the purposes of giving bribe or circulating bribe.
Yeah. And
to think that the highest political office in Nigeria over a period of time became so
enmeshed,
and so that ordinary bribe givers can penetrate it, walk straight to our the highest seat of office in Nigeria and be discussing bribe with the #1 citizen of the nation over successive regimes. We're talking of 3 different regimes here now. Oh, this is heart-rate.
Anyway, incidentally, one of those that were mentioned, a former ID of police, was actually interviewed by the Los Angeles Times in 2004, and he's on record and admitted to collecting some sums of money from Leslar.
He said it was for medical.
I remember. And
I think medical something.
Yeah,
even that's MD Yusuf.
Exactly. Even at a point, he said the fact that he has a tradition of getting money from him at that, but mostly he returns the money back to him. And the funniest thing, Leslar told us that one of the things they paid him for was that he assisted them in arranging meetings, even with General Abacha. That was one of the things
he was positioned as the chairman of the Nigerian liquefied.
So that is to buttress the fact that the unfortunate thing is that most of the characters we have in power and corridors of power are people who in sinner crimes, which should be in jail. But don't be surprised. Fela said this a long time ago. Authority stealing. An African China too came to buttress it. Say poor man will steal Maggie, they show their face for a crime fighter. But rich man will steal money. We need to see their face for crime fighter. That is why today, an ordinary man or a man who committed misdemeanor, forget whether due process or no due process, will be put on national TV and be paraded by police. But these people who have destroyed millions of lives, what should be in jail, they not tell us it's due process.
So you see some women dressing that should be.
They tell us it's due process. I beg. Femi, we'll respect FCC, we'll respect you, but please, in fact, don't take us through that road again.
Yeah, I think I have to come in here. Like I remember Jalingo, Agba in Lagos was trying to, when I was talking about the complex nature, honestly, we will have to be deceiving ourselves if we will not admit that the issue of corruption in Nigeria is complex.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not what you expect me to come on here and be discussing and start mentioning. It's a very complex issue, and that's why, honestly, when the present leadership of the EFCC realized this thing, that 1,000 EFCC, if you sit down there in Lagos, or my friend here, or all of us, if you think, it's only EFCC that can solve the problem, we're deceiving ourselves. That is the truth. Until and unless all of us get involved in the process. The people in EFCC, are they not Nigerians? We are all victims. They will just that was the basis of this discussion. We are all victims. I sleep in my house without light. Am I not a victim? So these things is something that pervades our life, and it's the earlier we admit it, the earlier we all come out together and fight it together, the better. Don't let us just make EFCC just the whipping dog. No, that's not the issue. We all have to get involved. That was what led to the initiative of Anchor. Provide a platform for the people. Let all of us get involved. Let us make noise about it. Let us rise up. Let us all stand up against this. Let us speak with one voice. Don't let us say it's because EFCC is saddled with that responsibility, and until EFCC does this, nothing. No, that won't provide the solution, because, like we said, it's a very complex problem. And unless how many people do we have in EFCC? How many staff? You are talking of maybe an organization with less than 2,000 people to fight. To fight single-handedly I mean, an issue, I mean, a problem that is as